would have thought that the women's 10K would predict the mixed 4x4 because we saw the exact same thing happen to another Dutch athlete in Sifan Hassan. What are your thoughts overall on that women's 10K?
Goodness gracious, where to begin? I, first of all, was very impressed with just how Monson performed. I'm a huge fan of also Natasha Rogers. She's also a former teammate of mine. We ran together at Texas A&M. But the fact that, like, you're watching it and it's just, it started out so slow. And of course, Hassan is, you know, in the back where she's been. That's how she ran the 1,500 meter prelims too. In the back.
That's how she runs everything. That's how she ran the marathon.
Yeah.
That's how she ran
Just
the marathon.
out, you know, doing her thing, just like watching everyone put in the work. And then all of a sudden, like the last 800 meters, the pace just dramatically picked up and then it became a race to watch. Final lap, Hassan is doing her thing and you just see her picking up people. And then all of a sudden it's just like Ethiopia and then here comes Hassan. And then again, 50-meter mark, I don't know what it is. Unfortunately, Hassan just hits the track. My heart sinks and the 3 Ethiopians just cross the finish line. 1, 2, 3 sweep. It was just wild.
So my first thought was there was like this moment when you're thinking, oh, I'm dying, I'm choking. Sorry. Got something in my throat. When there was like 2 laps to go and you're like, there's like 8 to 10 women. You're like, oh, this is going to be a great race.
Yeah.
But then there was a moment, I think it was 300 meters to go, where you just saw 2 different caliber of athletes. You saw mainly the 3 Ethiopians and Hassan, and then everyone else. Like, yes, there was a moment when Monson was still in it, and you're like, oh, maybe Monson can catch fire and sneak onto a 3rd place spot. But there was so much separation in that final 300. It made it seem like, why did we even watch a 25-lap race? Like, what are we doing? It really was who can run a fast 300. The previous 24.3 laps were kind of just like window dressing, and the real thing was watching that because it was Monson was in it. I was like, oh man, she's up there, she's in, she was some elbowing, and then boom, 250 to go. Nope, goodbye. It was like there was 2 different gears, and seeing Hassan, who again won the marathon this year, was kicking it. It looked like she was going to win. Doesn't know how to run in a straight line. She's had some issues with running in straight lines in previous world championships with her elbows. She runs with her elbows out. And I think there was some controversies leading into lane 2 and 3, a few like indoor championships and gets with Laura Muir. I think that was a thing. Big controversy back in like 2019 or something. But Hassan, here's a question. Did Hassan pull it's better to fall than to get second?
No. She was moving. The way she was competing did not give me that impression. Like, she was going for it. And I think honestly her legs just gave out.
Yeah, her legs gave out. But like I don't know. I feel like there's a little bit. Like, once you know, I think there was a moment when she knew I'm not going to have it. So your body just goes into like fight or flight mode, and she went into flight mode.
I think she remained in fight mode the whole time.
You think?
I don't think there was I don't think there was ever a moment of flight. I think she, going into these championships, had the mindset of, I'm bringing home 3 gold medals. And I'm going to do everything it takes to get those 3 medals. And I feel like I don't think there was a flight mode. I think it was all fight, Gordon. All fight. Because when she crossed the finish line, eventually her face was just like in shock. Like, she was completely shocked.
I just don't think she was. She doesn't get comfortable when there are people on her shoulder. I saw that a lot in the indoor races. That's why she starts in lane 1, ends in lane 4 or 5. And I think the pressure of just another person not being dropped when she's in her final gear caused her to just have like a, I don't know, an out of body experience where like the only thing I know, I don't know how to stay. The only thing I know left is just to kind of dive. Like your body just like gives up.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's not a flight. Maybe it's like a uninduced flight. Can we agree on that? No, I don't know. I'm trying to process this in real time. It only happened like 25 minutes ago. So I didn't have enough time to prepare a speech here or like a 10 bullet point analysis of the women's 10K. It's just what my brain said. And my brain is wrong a lot, except for some things. It was right in the men's 20K race walk where I won $400. But I just didn't know how to react to it. I don't know. What are your thoughts? What are your final thoughts on that?
My final thoughts are Hassan, like I just said, I think she gave it everything she had. And like just the last 50 meters, that finish line did not come quick enough for her. And she was just shocked. I was shocked. I think we're all pretty much shocked. And like you, I'm still trying to process it. She's probably still trying to process it as well. So it just happened so quickly. And you never want to see that happen. And it just like poofed happened. And it happened twice today. So, well, multiple times. Because even in the mixed 4x4 prelims, people were just in the track. So yeah,
Sifan trying to pull off the triple. She was trying to pull off the triple. She did fine in the 15 prelim. Doesn't do it here in the 10K. She's the 15 in the 5K up, but going up against Faith Kipyegon, world record holder in both. Is Sifan Hassan going to come up with a goose egg? No wins? She's going to have 3 attempts and get 0 golds?
That's going to hurt.
It feels like this was her best shot. I feel like this was her best because it's the earliest in the race. Faith is not losing the 15. And if Faith isn't losing the 15, then she's going to win the 5K. So I just don't – I think Sifan might not have a single gold, which is fine. She's going to get probably a second and a third in the 15 and 5K, which is good enough.
Yeah.
Again, she's a marathoner.
At this point, you just never know. As we've seen today, you just never know. Yeah.
So I'm going to look up what the final lap was for Sagai. So her final lap, they give it to me in 100-meter increments. I don't want 100-meter increments. I want 400-meter increments. Okay, quick math. There we go. So she ran her, let's see what she ran her final 300 in. She ran her final, get the calculator out. Her last 100 was 14.04, then 13.91 plus 14.67. So she ran her last 300 in 42.6. And then she ran her last 400 in 16.39. 59. So she closed in 59. But really the bigger thing was closing. It was 300 meters to go when they really went. So yeah, closing in 42, that's quick. 42 divided by 3 times 4. I mean, that's 56 second pace for a lap.
Yeah.
Gaudet gets second. She's only run twice this year. She ran the 5K in June, and then she ran World Championships here in August, which is kind of wild. You just run 2 races, and you get at least a silver medal. It is funny, though.
Yeah.
There's now 2 situations where an Ethiopian who had a chance to win a global title falls in the home stretch. You had Sifan Hassan fall here in the end of a 10K, and then in the cross-country championships, which happened back in March, Gaudet fell. So it's kind of with these women in their long distances, one of them is just going to fall. So we're going to probably see a fall in the women's 5K. We're going to see a fall in the women's 3K steeple. It's just fate. That's how it works. So any other thoughts? Monson ran well. 5th place.
Yeah, Monson ran very well. Yes. Kudos to Monson.
I thought Cranny was going to have the performance that Monson had, but because seeing Cranny beat Monson twice at USA's, I thought that would happen again. But Monson looks like she timed her season, looked at USA's as more of a, I'm just here to qualify, and put in her best effort here in this 10K game, fifth. And this is an impressive fifth. I mean, world record holders ahead of you. Sifan Hassan was in the race. It's very impressive.
You're just 6 seconds back too, or 5. You know, like, wasn't like she was 30 seconds back. She was within striking distance of this top field here. So yeah, Monson ran extremely well. She was ran a very gutsy race. She made some moves I was really proud of, and I was cheering for her here, which was awesome to just see her just do her thing.